Hi guys, it's Kai here and welcome back to 80 Days. I feel like it's been forever since I played this because I just didn't want to. But anyways, I don't really remember what we were doing. Is this the only place we can go? Arrive Sunday? That's not good enough. Okay, well, we can explore, so let's explore and see if we can find anything. Well, that helps, sort of. Oh, we can go that way. Maybe we'll do that, or we could go back up there, but I don't want to. Fogg cared not a straw for the wonders of Bombay, but gave me a few hours' leisure as he settled to his luncheon. I ended up wheezing and puffing my way up some hill, the highest point in South Bombay. I paused at the top to look towards the city, maybe? To look towards the city. I could see the gas lamps along the Queen's Necklace of Marine Drive being lit one by one in preparation for the evening, and palm trees waving in the salt-scented breeze. Catching my breath, I found my steps irresistibly drawn towards... Let's go towards some temple. The temple sounds cool. The temple tower was reflected serenely in the water of the reservoir, fed by an underground spring said to come from the Ganges. Do we wade in the water or go to the temple? Let's go in the temple. Why not? I entered the temple fascinated by the relief carvings of gods and goddesses while covered the entire Gopuram. One of the priests spotted me and issued a great pained cry of alarm. Why would we shout at him? We're gonna either yell back or run. Let's shout back at him. I don't know. I let loose my own shout in response, an entirely instinctual reaction which seemed to baffle him somewhat. Alas, the priest's cry drew the attention of his fellows and other temple goers, all of whom descended upon me in a pack. They took my shoes and hat and ejected me from the temple, complex with rather zealous roughness. Oh no! I need those. Oh, to the priest's angry backs, a woman in a deep umber sari offered me a pristine white handkerchief. Non-Hindus are not allowed in the temple, she declared, especially with their shoes on. I did not realize, I explained, and she sniffed. Where do you think you are, Gora? She demanded, her hand on her hip. This is not Paris. This is Bombay. Bother yourself to learn the difference. I handed her back her handkerchief with thanks. Though I was here. No, we messed up. That's our fault. We definitely messed up. I've resolved to be more mindful of local customs, for I chanced losing more than my shoes in my ignorance. I returned to my master barefoot and rather shamefaced. I hope that this will not happen again, said my master coldly. That was to be the last word on Bombay, gateway to the jewel in the crown of the British Empire, except for, and what, pray, has happened to your shoes? Well, we lost our shoes because we're ignorant of other people's customs. Eeps. I kind of want to go this way. Am I not wearing shoes now? Can we leave? No, I don't want to open my luggage. I want to leave. I guess we have to stay. Fine. We'll stay in a hotel. Don't like doing that. It's already day 33. We made ourselves comfortable for the night, and let's attend to Fogg, because he hates us. So I feel like that would be the right thing to do, is make him like us. Let's plan. Okay, now we can go. Embark. We're gonna hire extra space because we can't afford to get rid of whatever we're carrying. The Bombay Express was a fine train, luxurious and opulent. Inside each softly lit compartment, Parisian rugs and Venetian lamps threw color over fittings of teakwood and burnished brass. Most acceptable. I don't know why we would say that. If only all our journeys were so well appointed. Oh, jeez. Let's converse. Oh, who are you? Hello. Let's talk about this place. Oh gosh. I'm just clicking things. Goodbye. Okay. Well, that didn't help. Oops. Oops. My bad. I went to explore the observation decks, not desks. Set with wicker chairs and parasols to better and more comfortably observe the countryside flashing past. And that was where I met Anne Marie Spencer, a girl of maybe 10 years sketching the distant hills. I greeted her politely. As I took the spot beside her, she smiled and with deft movements adjusted the position of her wheelchair to give me more room, dropping one of her pencils as she moved. Return it with a bow. Duh, don't wait for her to pick it up. You gotta be a gentleman. Jeez. I returned it with a bow, and she goes, "You must be French," she declared. "You are gallant indeed." Let's just smile and look aside. We're being bashful. "I knew it," she said. "I have a good eye. I see things as they are. That is why I draw." Let's look over her pictures. She probably doesn't like that, but whatever. I looked over her pictures to be confronted by their strangeness. I could not recognize anything of the landscape. She was so closely watching the lines and shapes that filled the page. You have an unusual style, I hedged. Oh, monsieur, she said, I have a good eye. I can see you are lying. I shrugged and don't deny it, like, yeah, okay. Your pictures are terrible, mademoiselle. Oh gosh, well that's a little rude. They offend my eye, my sense of proportion in space. They are unspeakable. She nodded. Most honorable, she replied. I knew it. Just then my attention was distracted as my master beckoned me over to make ready his evening wear. Do we pretend not to hear him or bid her farewell? It's kind of rude to ignore people. We'll bid her farewell. And she nodded to me. I will see you again, Passepartout, as she told me as I left her. I did not stop to wonder the day if she knew my name. How did she know her name? Our name? We didn't tell her, did we? The next morning I discovered I had lost my passport and was thus barely an hour from arriving to Bangalore. Let's tell him, risking his displeasure at the possibility of delay, but he merely shrugged. Then you must find it again. Well, she probably took it. That's what I'm saying. Do we go up to the observation deck? Let's call on the train guard. Hoping my papers might have been picked up and handed in, the guard, a surly fellow with a mysterious mustache, he was in the habit of waving around, sat me down and demanded the facts, which I provided. Did we visit the observation deck? Yeah, I did. Okay, we'll say that. Very wise. The views are most astounding. Go on. He waved to me, continued. I was talking to a girl in a wheelchair, and that he sat bolt upright. Anne-Marie Spencer. Then our mystery is solved. Come with me. Together we marched to the observation deck where we found the young mademoiselle idling away at her sketching. Young lady, the guard demanded, stand up. I watched horrified as young crippled Anne-Marie got up from her wheelchair and then curtsied in front of me. I'm afraid I am a dreadful kleptomaniac, she apologized with deep insincerity and an unparalleled liar to boot. My passport, please, because I don't care about anything else. I demanded with no small irritation. I dropped it, she replied with an indifferent shrug. Somewhere. Rude. Tell me where, I insisted firmly. Then Anne-Marie sat down again, suddenly glum. You've stopped being charming, she said morosely. Here's your passport. She reached into a fold of her dress and pulled out my papers, and the guard wheeled her away as I wiped my brow with relief. A long and most difficult delay has been avoided, and just in time as we arrived into Bangalore a moment later. And Fogg doesn't like us again. Surprise, surprise. He doesn't like us at all. That's okay. Can we plan? No, we don't want to go that way. We want to go this way. Departs in 2 days. Is there anywhere else we can go? Not really. But we're not going that way. Alright, is there anything we can sell here? For like a lot. Not really. Anything we want to buy? Cowboy boots. We're not in America. Let's explore. See what we can get up to. We spent most of our time in why do I have such a hard time with this word? Bangalore, cantonment, rather than the city proper, and it was administered directly by the Raj. I don't know, whatever this first one means, and had therefore developed the churches, shops, bars, clubs, bungalows, schools, gardens, and theaters required to say and such things. The cantonment held the largest British garrison in South India and had therefore developed the churches, shops, bars, clubs, bungalows, schools, gardens, and theaters required to sustain such a concentration of officers, memsahibs, that's not how you say that probably, and children. I had a few hours to spare, so let's walk around. Don't stay inside. Who might want to talk though? I stay inside all the time. I took a long walk in Meads Park. I took a long walk in Meads Park where a group of off-duty cavalry officers were playing a game of cricket under the shade of peepal trees. Peepal trees? That's weird. Fancy playing with us? A young chap with a sparse, optimistic mustache called out. Sure. I think that's what being sir means. I called back and he tossed me the ball, which I caught effortlessly. Much to the amusement of the other cavalrymen. The ball's leather was scuffed and pitted with use. The batsman stood in front of the stumps at the other end, his face shiny with sweat. My young friend took his place as wicket-keeper. Lobbed the ball. I don't know how to play cricket. Do you throw it overhand? No. Pretty sure it's underhand. Do we throw it hard or gently? Hard. I threw it hard and the ball flew straight as an arrow until, with a sickening crack, it struck the batsman on the shoulder. He howled with pain and the rest of his teammates glared. Not really how it's done, dear chap, my friend said warningly. Never mind, better luck next time, eh? As I took my leave, the batsman tossed the ball back to me. Keep it, he declared, a souvenir. We thank him and we pocket it, not wanting to mention my habit of selling our souvenirs. When I told Fogg about my encounter and showed him my prize, his face eased into a most uncharacteristic smile. I played cricket as a child, he said, the gentleman's game. I should admit here that I had always imagined my master to have sprung fully formed and complete with cravat and spats from his mother's womb. The notion of him as a child, and more so a child who played games, well, perhaps my master had a heart after all. Yeah, no, I don't think he does. I don't think so. Look, we have... I don't want to depart in 2 days. Can we negotiate? I don't know, we're slowly running out of money. But we're gonna do it. I'm just spending money like a wild fool. Okay, so it departs tomorrow. So we have to stay. Okay, we can stay. I guess. Day 35. I don't think I'm gonna get around the world in 80 days. I don't think it's gonna happen. Okay. Can we go now? Yes. Embark. Go. Oh, what is that? It's like a mechanical horse. This is strange. We hired a phaeton from Bangalore for the long and uncomfortable drive across the middle of India to Madras, following the line of the Pala River. I am so uncultured. I don't know the names of anything. That's bad. That's bad. Can we talk to Fogg? Maybe he'll like us a little bit. I don't know. Although I guess we probably should have talked to somebody else. The speed of our phaeton was cruelly slow over the rough roads. I was glad to have a canopy overhead to keep out the powerful sunshine. The boats made their way leisurely beside us. It was a gentle, calm way to spend the day. As the afternoon wore on, the ocean became visible, a glittering blue cloth. Well, we made it, didn't we? I don't think it took that long. Oh, it's 7 p.m. We gotta stay. Damn it. Well, this sucks. Madras, I don't know. We're gonna go with Madras. Was a city within a city. Inside the walls and fortifications of Fort St. George was White Town, where British memsahibs and factors traded and went to a church and traveled from place to place in mechanical palanquins. I don't know that one. Outside the walls was the glorified shanty of a black town where Indian servants and laborers and clerks made their homes. Let's venture into Blacktown. They probably know what's up. Where I attracted a few glances but no real attention. No doubt there were many reasons for a lone foreigner to wander the cramped streets and back alleys. But after a few minutes I realized I was being stalked. Let's turn and face my shadow. To find myself face to face with a nun. Would you like a blessing, good sir? An ornate gold cross hung heavily from her neck. Sure, why not? Her smile sprouted razors, and with no further warning, she brought her heavy gold cross down on my head with a crack. Don't whack me with your cross. My vision sputtered and sparked into blackness. Oh boy. I was in a nunnery. My nun assailant offered me a cool cloth. I am Sister Pan Malar, and this is the covenant of the Sisters of Didicus. Nuns are not supposed to go around kidnapping people. The ways of the god are mysterious to men, the nun replied, notably not apologizing. Besides, we need your help, she added. My order does not believe, as the Pope does, that automatons are abominations. We believe that machines, too, are capable of grace. You believe automatons have souls? Don't you? She twinkled, a most un-nun-like expression. Building an automaton is like raising a child. They are shaped in our image as we are in God's. The blasphemers of the Artificers Guild know nothing of God, and so their creations are godless. And you want godly machines? I asked carefully. Church on Sunday, following the commandments, all that. The Didician... something. The Didician sisters are dedicated to the search for a machine which has a soul, and now we require for your help in our search. You simply could have asked. You didn't have to smack me over the head with your cross. The Lord does not ask, he expects. Now listen to me. She helped me woozily to my feet. You find an automaton whose shard is engraved with a soul on your travels. Send a telegram to us. We have our own receiving station here. We will reward you materially, if that is your wish, but we must have such a shard. Sure. Why? As you say, sister, I agreed, wishing to make my good escape. I'll inform you at once. I have faith, the nun said calmly. Then she let me go. I did not know what to make of the sister and her order of the artificier nuns then, and I do not know now. I admit I was glad to know we would be leaving Madras and its walls and fortifications and secrets. That's very odd. Got whacked over the head by a nun. Which way should... Oh, we should go that way. We should go back up. I took a few hours to explore, learning possibilities for how far we might go forth. Okay, let's plan. I think I want to go up. Let's do it. We're just gonna go straight there. It was not until the western flower left the shore of India that I truly relaxed and was convinced the sisters of Didicus were not going to bang me over the head once again. Here, on the open water, I began to consider their strange mission and my part in it. Yeah, that's a really weird thing to do. Whack me over the head and then say, hey, those machines have souls. Can you find me one with a soul, please? And then send like a telegram. That's odd. That's very odd. The water was calm and crystal clear beneath our prow. Take a turn about the ship. I took a turn about the ship to familiarize myself with her and the other passengers. The Flower was a passenger liner, but one used by the middle classes and business people, traveling the coast and making trades between south and north. Let's talk to the ship's navigator. Maybe he can, like, again, help us figure out places to go. Who leant out over the rail with a hilariously distended telescope, assuring me that he could see all the way to Rangoon. And what is occurring there? I asked, unconvinced but polite. Strange things, he answered. Would you believe a dragon-like creature patrols the city at night? Well, damn. They should get their dragon problem checked. Oh, okay. On the second day we reached the port of Waltair. I stood on the rail with the navigator, who was scanning the land through his telescope. I stood by the rail with the navigator, who was scanning the land through his telescope. Suddenly he seemed to jump and snap the glass away. Be grateful you are not going ashore here, he remarked darkly, but would not say more about it. It seems you make friends wherever you go, Fogg remarked to me wirily later that day. I guess good thing we didn't stop. I don't know, can we talk to somebody? Let me talk. Hong Kong. This one. This one. Nope, playing cards. We're not done talking. New Orleans. Let's talk about that. That's in the United States. Yes. That would be backwards. Miami. I don't know. Goodbye. That's United States stuff. But that's so far away. Where are we? Where even are we? Oh my god, yes, we have so far to go. This isn't going well. We made good time up the coast of India, enjoying the rolling of the waves and the glorious thick scents from the kitchen. It seemed it was traditional on board to hold a banquet for lunch on the final day. We enjoyed ourselves thoroughly and all but rolled down the gangplank into Calcutta. We're here! We've made it! And we sort of didn't die, I guess. Oh, yes. This is the one I want to go to. Arrives next Sunday. £1,000? Oh, we need more money. Ooh, we need more money. Cracker biscuits. Can we get rid of the cricket ball? We're $250 in Singapore. Where's Singapore? We should have sold this thing in Antela. Should have sold it. Ooh, man, I don't know what to do. I can't explore. Ooh, okay. So then we do want to go to Singapore because we can sell something there. Departs tomorrow at 9 a.m. Okay, we can do it. Let's stay in a hotel and then we're going to Singapore. Off we go, because we have something to sell. I don't even remember what it was that we had to sell, but we have something. Calcutta was an industrial city which had built its wealth on opium, textiles, and indigo, but it was not to say it was uncultured. The chai shops The chai shops which I passed by were all thronged with affluent Babis and words I don't know, discussing poetry and literature and the sticky subject of Indian independence. It seemed a natural outcome of events, and I said as much to be loudly shouted down by several pro-British voices, who in turn were shouted down by those fervently in favor of self-rule. It was certainly a thorny issue, and I wondered if we would be able to avoid all consequences of it. Do you think there will be trouble soon? I asked. Several voices agreed, but then several disagreed. It seemed that there was no clear answer to be had either way. Only time would tell. I returned to Fog. Okay. Can we depart? Because I know where I want to go. I want to go to Singapore. Let's go, let's go. Ooh, that's a big ship. That kind of looks like the Titanic. The SS Thunder of the Apcar shipping line had 10 years previously set the record for the fastest journey between Singapore and Hong Kong, and her captain promised us a journey of 5 days rather than the usual figure of 6. Well, we'll see about that. Can we take care of Fog? Well, that makes things go by a little faster at least. Ooh, it's day 40. We're halfway. We're halfway and we're not even to the United States. This isn't good. I took a turn around the deck, interested in who else I might find aboard. There were a few passengers on the ship, and that handful were nervy Indian laborers bound for Malaya or Singapore. The ship was crewed by Lascars, a mix of Indians, Singaporeans, Chinese, and Malay, who all spoke an entirely incomprehensible sailor's dialect, what I found fascinating. Different languages are fascinating, not rude. I endeavored to pick up as many words as the odd patois as I could on our voyage. Early the first day we stopped at the port of Chittagong to take on more passengers. Then the captain blew the whistle loud and long. Full speed, he declared. You'll see. See what? What are we gonna see? Can we take care of Fog? Well, maybe Fog will like us. We're running out of money. We dined at the captain's table. He made his toast and then asked Fog outright whether he was an opium trader and I was his factotum. I looked at my master, who merely said he was not. Captain Ong goffed and commanded our glasses filled once more. It was a profitable business, he advised. A man can make his fortune in opium if, and he addressed the last to my master, he is not squeamish. My master is hardly squeamish, I interjected with a glance towards Fog. He is a gentleman, and no need of putting his hand to trade. I feared the captain would be offended, but instead he merely shrugged. If your master had never known need, then his honor is untested. Fog gave me a quelling look before turning to the captain. Your business is your own, Captain Ong, as long as you conduct me to Hong Kong in 10 days as agreed. The captain raised a glass. Fear not, Fog. I have anxious customers awaiting my cargo after all. Oh, okay. Fog likes us like a little bit, so I guess that helped. I don't know. We kind of stood up for him. Oh, can we converse? Hello, lady. Goodbye, lady. I don't know. I don't think that helped us at all. We are not very good at this. Well, that connection counts for something, right? I don't know. I awoke thinking of croissants. Not just any croissants, my friends, but the croissants made on the corner of the street where I grew up. Delicately crisp on the outside, yielding within. I could smell them, almost feel the texture of the pastry on my tongue. I was so lost in contemplation that I was nearly late to attend my master's shave. Zutalor. Godspeed and hurry up. We're here. Market. What do I have? We're 250. Is that it? Is that thing? Okay, well, we'll sell it. Goodbye. We could get a cool hat. I don't think we want to pick up anything else. Can we explore? Yes, let's explore. Singapore was a British colonial port peopled largely by Chinese, Malays, and Indians, and fueled by rubber exports and opium wealth pouring into the new banks. I walked along the harbor front and spied brightly painted airships and well-rigged boats heading for distant ports. I inquired about vessels headed for... Oh, let's talk about Brisbane, I guess. And a rubber merchant laughed bitterly me in the face. We have no business with them. Criminals and colonists. Why would any Singaporean go there? I shuddered to think. The woman laughed and again, and I moved on to ask instead about the Philippines. And one of the Malay sailors pointed me in the direction of a little steam yacht. She goes to Manila, he said, and then cocked his head. Are you a Spaniard? At least you perceive I am not English, I said heavily, rather weary of the constant misidentification. The sailor shrugged. Heard that there's cholera in Manila. If you're not a Spaniard, you have no business there. Maybe you should avoid it. He shrugged again. Then again, you rich people do whatever you want, so why am I bothering? Well, let's just say thanks for the warning. So we're probably not going to go there unless we want to get sick. I said politely, not wanting to insist on my lack of wealth to a man wearing rough clothes upon a body bent with labor. The sailor jerked a nod and went back to his companions, leaving me to contemplate his advice upon the Singaporean dock. But we shouldn't go there. Where's that going? Yep, the place we don't want to go. Can I plan? Because what's this? Oh god, it's so far. See, this is where I wanted to go. I wanted to go this way, but instead we went all the way down here. I don't want to go to Manila. We're gonna get sick. Or we could get sick. I don't know. I'm not sure what to do. I'm gonna think on it. But anyways, guys, I am going to leave this video here. And as always, leave your comments, suggestions, and feedback down below. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!